Good morning. Welcome to Patrice's Projects. This morning, when I got up to open my curtains, which you see I haven't done yet, I noticed that my cucumber plant, which has been blooming for days, over a week, has finally opened a female flower, so I wanted to show you that. I knew she was going to bloom this morning because last night she was like, I'd say, 35% dilated. So let's get in close and I'll show you the difference between the female flower and the male flower. Here in the male flower, you see that all the pollen, I guess it's stamens, are very tiny, and it's very nondescript in there. Here's the female flower, and she looks completely different in the middle, and she's also larger. She's a larger flower than the males. Not significantly, but I can tell the difference. And in the inside, you don't see just a cluster of little pollen, I think they're stamens. You see 3 separate like lobes in there, and that's typically how the cucurbits look. Some will have a small protrusion right in the middle, and what you do to pollinate this, normally a bug would come by and visit all the males and then come visit the female, drop the pollen off, all's good. What is going to happen in here is I'm going to take one of the male flowers, take its petals off, it doesn't mind forfeiting its life, and put the pollen area right up into the female and move it around a little bit. I'm going to do that with 2 different flowers just to make sure I get pollination. But you see here, this is another female, how the little fruit is attached right to it. See that? I'll quit moving the plant around. And then the flowers on the very end, the male flowers, you can see one right here, just have a little stem attached to the flower. It's kind of hard to show you there. Just has a skinny little stem attached to the flower. So you know that one's a male, and the females start out with their little fruit attached. I accidentally broke the flower off of this one yesterday. I was reaching past and pop, there it went. And what I'm going to do is just pinch that one off so it doesn't give any more energy to that little fruit back there. So let's get pollinating on this. One thing that I have heard is that you don't take a male flower that's beginning to wither like that because the pollen will have dried up. So you want to take one that is nice and healthy and full like that to pollinate with. What I've done is I've taken all the petals and turned them backwards so that the male parts right there in the center, so that they kind of protrude out a little bit so I can get it right down in there. And sorry about that. I'm just going to take and move it around right in the center there, like that, making sure to get good contact with the female parts in there. And then I'm going to do the same with one more flower, and then I'll let you know how this goes, if I was successful at impregnating her or not. Okay, let's take the petals back. Sometimes it is hard to get the center to protrude like that, but there, we got it. Okay, can you see that? Then we're going to take her and pollinate right inside of there. Okay, I think our job is done. Thought I'd give you a quick look around in the garden room. I have most of these peppers have sprouted. This one is stuck in its little shell thing right there. I did cut it with some nail scissors so that it can more easily get out, but there's only so much you can do without destroying the plant. And then I have other tomatoes, and these are more peppers. One poblano didn't sprout, so I went ahead and reseeded. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll reseed in a separate container because peppers can take up to 2 weeks to sprout. And the poblano was a later sprouter, but I figure they're at such a young stage, and they've got these big cells. So I think I'm good with replanting the seed, and I just did that yesterday. Actually, no, I didn't do that one. And then I've got my boxcar Willie right here. He's grown up real nice. And a black cherry tomato here. And then I've got some peppers here. This one is one of them that was growing in the house, and they were invaded. That one needs to get away from the light. They were invaded with fungus gnats, and they just didn't do well for a while. Here's the other one. And I just kept leaving them in there. I wasn't watering them properly and everything, and I just assumed that they would just die off, and they didn't. So I shook all the soil out, washed their roots, and I put them in pots. Okay, back there are my onions. Those are candy onions, and those are Kelsey's over there. So I'm really excited about growing those. They're larger variety onions, and though I'm not good at growing onions, I'm hoping to be able to grow something at least of decent size this year. There's my spinach back there that needs a harvest. There's my lettuce that needs a harvest. It should have been harvested 2 days ago. My kale has really slowed down, both of them. Sorry, the light is just above you. And then my carrots are getting too tall for their space. And finally, there's my Patrice cherry up there, as close to that big light as I can get. Some cilantro that needs a harvest as well. This strawberry plant is going into the video today. I had to dig out my strawberry bed, and I'll show you the video. Just keep posted. My basil's doing real well that I had topped, and then all of this is all new growth. And I'm going to cut it again soon, probably today, because I could use more basil and it needs it. I've already harvested my chives twice, and they just grow like grass. So that's what's going on in my garden room today. And there's the star of the show. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and do that now, and then click the bell button so you can follow along with the progress of this lady right back here and all of the other projects that I'm doing. I have a lot going on right now, and I do plan to post the videos from over a year ago of me building this structure right here in my garden room. There are a few videos posted already of me building the foundation and erecting the walls, but I really want to show you everything that I did here, because it's, for one, it impressed myself that I could even do it. I knew I could build things, but this turned out much better than I expected. And I'll show you around after I get the other videos posted and show you what all has happened in here. It's working out very well for me. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye. I need to give these ladies some light.